Have you ever stopped to think about the kinds of people you tend to date or attract into your life? It's like, do you find yourself drawn to a certain type over and over again, even when you try to mix things up? We've all been there, swiping through dating apps, going on dates, and hoping to find that special someone. But sometimes, it feels like we're stuck in a loop, attracting the same kind of partner who ultimately leaves us feeling unhappy or unfulfilled. I know I have, and it's frustrating. You start to wonder, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep attracting people who aren't good for me? This pattern can be really tough to break. You might find yourself thinking, I thought I was over that type, but here I am again. It's like you're stuck on autopilot, drawn to familiar but unhealthy dynamics. And it's not just about romantic relationships. These patterns can show up in friendships, and even professional relationships too. The truth is, our relationships can reveal a lot about ourselves, even if we don't always realize it. By examining our patterns and attractions, we can gain a deeper understanding of what drives us and what we truly desire in a partner. And this is where the concept of karma, as understood in Buddhism, can offer profound insights. In Buddhism, karma isn't just about reward and punishment. It's about cause and effect. Every thought, intention, and action we generate plants a seed. These seeds blossom into experiences, including the people we meet and form connections with. Relationships, then, are not just random events or coincidences. They're part of our karmic unfolding. We often attract partners who mirror unresolved parts of ourselves, echoing past emotional wounds or unmet needs, not as punishment, but as opportunities for growth and awakening. It may sound mystical, but when you really sit with it, the idea makes sense. If your heart carries fear, insecurity, or a longing for validation, you're more likely to be drawn to people who reflect those internal conditions back to you. This is karma not as fate, but as a mirror, gently, or sometimes not so gently, showing you what you need to heal. So, what drives this attraction? Is it something about us, or is it just random chance? Research suggests that our personal values, past experiences, and psychological factors all play a role in shaping the types of partners we're drawn to. For example, if we grew up in a chaotic household, we might be attracted to people who are more stable and secure. On the other hand, if we were always told we weren't good enough, we might seek out partners who validate our self-worth. Buddhist psychology would add that attachment and craving, two of the root causes of suffering, also play a role in how we form relationships. Many of us enter relationships not out of genuine love, but out of craving, for attention, for safety, for someone to complete us. But no external person can fill the void we feel inside. Until we understand and tame our attachments, we may continue to chase relationships that promise relief, but bring more confusion. Our values are also a big part of the equation. If you value honesty and integrity, you're more likely to be attracted to someone who shares those qualities. But if you're not clear on what you value, you might find yourself drawn to someone who doesn't align with your true desires. Additionally, our subconscious mind plays a significant role in partner attraction. We might be drawn to people who resemble our parents or caregivers, even if we're not consciously aware of it. This can be due to a desire for comfort and familiarity, or need to resolve unresolved issues from our past. In Buddhist terms, these unconscious patterns could be seen as samskaras, habitual mental formations imprinted in our consciousness over time. These samskaras are like grooves on a record. We keep playing the same song, even when we say we want to hear something new. Unless we become deeply aware of our inner programming, we continue to seek out what is familiar, not necessarily what is good for us. Self-awareness is key here. By understanding our own motivations, values, and patterns, we can begin to make changes that attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships into our lives. This might involve doing some inner work, like journaling, therapy, meditation, or spiritual practices to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. Meditation, especially mindfulness and loving-kindness meditation, can be powerful tools to illuminate our inner landscape. When we sit quietly with ourselves, we begin to observe the thoughts, judgments, fears, and hopes that drive us. We start to notice what we're clinging to and what we're running from. This kind of self-honesty is the beginning of healing and true transformation. As we grow and learn more about ourselves, we can start to shift our attraction patterns. We become more discerning, and our standards for relationships change. We start to see that we're worthy of love and respect, and we won't settle for anything less. And as our inner landscape becomes clearer and calmer, we naturally begin to attract partners who resonate with that same energy. This doesn't mean relationships become perfect or free of challenge, but it means we're no longer unconsciously pulled into relationships that replicate old wounds. Instead, we become conscious co-creators of relationships rooted in compassion, mutual respect, and growth. In many Buddhist texts, there's a reminder that every relationship is a teacher. Whether a connection lasts a day or a lifetime, it arises for a reason. Some people enter our lives to teach us patience, others to mirror our insecurities, and some to remind us of our worth. When we begin to view our relationships through this lens, even painful or short-lived connections can be seen as meaningful steps on our spiritual path. In summary, understanding why we attract certain partners is a journey of self-discovery. It's about recognizing our patterns, values, and psychological drivers, and our karmic imprints, and using that insight to create positive change in our lives. It's about breaking free from craving, healing our wounds, and cultivating the inner clarity that allows us to love and be loved in a more conscious, compassionate way. If you've ever struggled with attracting the wrong kind of partners, I want to hear about it in the comments below. Share your story, and let's support each other in breaking free from unhealthy patterns. Because remember, every pattern is not a curse, it's a clue. And every relationship is not a trap, but a teacher. You have the power to transform your relationship karma, one conscious choice at a time. And if you're interested in more content on self-improvement, mindfulness, and building healthier relationships through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, be sure to check out my next video on cultivating emotional freedom through awareness. Together, we can step out of the karmic loop and into relationships that are peaceful, powerful, and real.